Have you ever wished your phone's assistant was, well, actually smart? You know the drill, right? You ask it a perfectly reasonable question and it just serves you a list of web links. It's so frustrating. But a huge piece of news from yesterday suggests that all that frustration might finally be coming to an end.
And that brings us right to our first big theme of the day, the AI double-edged sword. Because while we're getting these incredible new powers, they come with some, let's say, pretty sharp edges.
Okay, so here's the headline that really shook things up. Apple and Google are officially teaming up. You heard that right. Apple is putting Google's incredibly powerful Gemini AI right inside of Siri, and it's coming soon with iOS 26.4 this February. Look, this isn't just some minor update. This is a game changer. We're talking about putting a true, creative, generative AI at the absolute core of the iPhone experience.
A genius in your pocket sounds amazing, doesn't it? But it immediately makes you ask a really important question. If this new AI is going to be our go-to for answers, where is it getting its answers from? This, right here, is where the other side of that sword starts to look a little dangerous.
Well, get this. It came out yesterday that some of the most advanced AIs, like the latest ChatGPT model, are apparently leaning on sources like Elon Musk's Grokipedia for information. That is a massive problem. It just opens the floodgates for potential misinformation, for bias. I mean, it really makes you stop and think, how on earth are you supposed to trust what the AI is telling you?
And speaking of trust, that leads us perfectly into our next topic, your data, their rules. This is all about that constant tug of war between our privacy, the tech giants who hold all our info, and the governments who really want to get their hands on it.
So here's the bombshell. If you use Microsoft's BitLocker to encrypt your hard drive, to keep it safe, the company confirmed yesterday that if the FBI shows up with the right paperwork, they will just hand over your encryption keys, the keys to the kingdom. This whole idea of a backdoor, even a legal one, has just started a massive firestorm online about what privacy even means anymore. And it's not just the government you have to worry about. Check out this number, 149 million. That's how many passwords were found in a single database just discovered yesterday, sitting out there in the open for anyone to find. It's a pretty jarring reminder that our data is basically under attack from all sides all the time.
Now, in response to all of this chaos, we're starting to see some pushback. For example, Texas just passed a new law aimed squarely at stopping AI from being used for behavioral manipulation. And on the corporate side of things, Amazon made a big splash by officially denying U.S. immigration authorities access to its Ring camera footage. They're basically drawing a line in the sand.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a minute. None of this is happening in a bubble. You have to see all these moves as part of a much bigger game, a kind of global tech chessboard where the major world powers are all competing for control.
And you can see how different the strategies are, right? You've got the US trying to walk this tightrope between letting companies innovate and trying to regulate them. Then you have China, which is just full steam ahead on advancement, no questions asked. And then there's the EU, which is playing a totally different game, all focused on this idea they call technological sovereignty.
So what in the world is technological sovereignty? Well, basically, it's the EU's big plan to stop relying so much on tech from the US. They're looking at all the geopolitical tension and getting worried they could be cut off one day. So they're trying to build up their own tech industry to protect themselves. And that move could seriously shake up how everything works, from microchips to software.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. This competition is real, and it's happening right now. A perfect example came out yesterday. China's own Xiaomi, the phone company. Their new electric car, the SU7, is now officially outselling the Tesla Model 3 in that market. The ground is shifting under our feet, and it is shifting fast.
All right, so after a wild day of news like that, you gotta ask, who actually came out on top? Let's quickly run through yesterday's winners and losers.
The winners are pretty easy to spot. Apple and Google for sure, with that massive Siri Gemini deal. They both win big. And of course, companies like NVIDIA are just raking it in, because all this incredible AI needs incredibly powerful chips to run on, and demand is just going through the roof. And on the flip side, well, it was a pretty rough day for anyone who cares deeply about their digital privacy, especially after that Microsoft news. And another sector that took an absolute beating yesterday was the NFT world.
And if you needed a concrete sign that the NFT market is in a serious downturn, this was it. Gemini announced it's shutting down Nifty Gateway, one of the original pioneering NFT marketplaces, for good next month. That's a huge signal that the hype train for that corner of the tech world has run into a wall.
So when you put it all together,
The smarter phones, the privacy bombshells, the global chess match, it all kind of boils down to one single, massive question for all of us. In a world that's being run more and more by AI, who do we actually trust to write the rules?
Visit newsbite.tech for more tech news and bites.